There's a few phases in a RuneScape account. The early game, where levels come in at the speed of light. Kill 2 bunnies, level. Mine 4 ores, level. Do 1 cache, levels. And you speedrun through dozens upon dozens of quests you've done before until even they start spitting out levels. It's mostly a honeypot full of dopamine, luring in unwitting victims.
Ooh, a piece of candy. 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 Ooh, a piece of candy.
Okay, Brian, next time let's remember this right away because he's done this twice.
The mid-game, where the pace slows down and focus sets in. The dopamine detox is in full effect and you're fully aware of how weak you are. Overloads? Not today. Curses? Nope. Invention? In this gear? This is when the game picks up. The ticky-tacky shopping lists become multi-page purchase orders. The endgame, where everything slows to a crawl. You don't even flinch at 40-hour grinds anymore. Anything AFKable is inevitable. You've conquered most of everything, even though you're still missing that one drop and you're at 17,000 KC. So where are we? We just unlocked Invention and we have a healthy amount of quests completed already, which in my opinion makes us early to mid-game. I'd say the 3 big storylines we need to complete are the Elf series, which unlocks Prif and so many other things, the Vampire series, which unlocks Sunspear, a tier 78 augmentable weapon, and the Majorat series for curses. Who's our group? Grandpa 6, our dedicated Wilderness Flash Event Coordinator, has been knocking out the early game as well. He's got a strong start in quests and has been filling out his levels nicely. We managed to get our first KBD kill not too long ago. Grandpa Elf, our literal Robin Hood. He rushed out 99 thieving, he's started ports, and he's about to get into questing. Grandpa Abby's been busy divining.
Welcome, my children. In this room you shall explore the noble art of divination.
But now that she's got a few AFK grinds out of the way, she's working her way into the mid-game. Grandpa What's the mythical returning player. He hasn't played in years. But he's already smith himself the iconic rune set, and he's still cruising around enjoying the early game. Invention is amazing. It gives buffs to virtually any activity in RuneScape by allowing you to create augmentable gear. With this augmentable gear, you can attach gizmos that contain perks from damage boosting to damage reduction to faster smithing to whatever this is. I may have overplayed my hand a little bit by rushing Invention while also neglecting Necro. Invention is 99% leveled by either disassembling or siphoning your gear when they're at appropriate levels. The problem is, when you disassemble something, it gets destroyed. So for every X amount of Invention XP, I'd need Y amount of weapons to disassemble. And when you look at weapons that are augmentable around my tier, they're all dropped by bosses or slayer mobs at rates you really don't want to farm them at. I'm not anywhere near the level for equipment siphons yet anyways, so disassembly is really the only option. So what options do we have? Hellwheel weapons are a choice, but not a great one given both my kills per hour and drop rate will be bad. Definitely something I want, but not something I want to get necessarily 100 times. Barrows is actually not a bad choice if you're leveled 70 in all combat styles, considering the relatively high drop rate of augmentable equipment. In fact, I already have an arms robe top. But I want to focus on magic, and tier 70s are kind of low, so I'm going to pass on barrows for now. That leaves probably the most complete breakfast solution of them all, obtaining the Sunspear. At face value, we immediately gain a tier 78 augmentable weapon for all styles that can be rebought for 700k relatively instantly. Pretty good face value, but when you dig deeper, there's a bit more. The quests we need to complete, River of Blood and the Lord of Imperium and Branches of Darkmire, are also a main source of Herblore experience, with lamps and rewards giving 300,000, 225,000, and 150,000 experience respectively. But wait, there's more! It unlocks Vire killing for us, an especially Ironman friendly way to train prayer. It's AFK, it's not difficult to set up, and it is rewarding, dropping tons of herb supplies along the way. We We got a little bulking up to do levels-wise, but honestly, we're already relatively close. We're missing a few requirements for Branches of Darkmire, the 70 fletching and 76 woodcutting levels. Luckily, I've already been doing some Raptor Slayers, so we have plenty of points to spend to unlock Broad Arrow fletching. Nice. I've also stockpiled a few arrows in preparation for this. Woodcutting is still woodcutting. I'll just have to AFK that out once I get a Dragon Hatchet. We're only at level 53 out of level 7600 required by Lord of Imperium, and that may be a pain to finish out. It will most likely be done through the Butterfly Wilderness Flash event and Whirligigs, so it shouldn't be too much of a hurdle. We're also only at 56 out of 79 construction, but that should be cake AFK stuff thanks to the fort. Luckily, we're only a few melee levels off, and we've got a nice little training spot unlocked killing armored zombies thanks to finishing Defender of Dagannoth. Finally, the River of Blood planets. They all should be done or close to done by the time we get to River of Blood, all except one skill. Herblore. The plan isn't special. Jots till I can't jots no more.
Good day. Wait, it is my privilege.
Fucking Irby Werby. Pray for daily challenges, penguin hunting, some light questing, and begging to my group. And I received a large shipment from a shady fella. Hopefully, all the dailies add up and I'll be 80 in no time. We need to go for the Dragon Hatchet. Woodcutting itself is bad enough, so I may as well use the best tool available. The only way to get one is through killing the Dagannoth Kings, a trio of style-specific bosses. Rex, the melee one, Prime, the magic one, and Supreme, the ranged one. They drop the hatchet at a 1 in 128 rate, along with stat boosting rings at the same rate. Since I realistically can only kill Rex, he's the poor bastard to be farmed. The fight itself is as safe as ever, with at least 2 safe spots you can use. Nice, that's the second B ring on the account. I just realized I could be fletching in between Rex spawns. I also think I'm going to set a deadline for getting the hatchet. I have until I get the 70 fletching required by Branches of Darkmire. Surely that'll be enough time to get the drop. Kill. Fletch. Kill. Fletch. Kill. Fletch. Kill. Fletch. Kill. Fletch. And B ring number 3. You're fucking shitting me. Well, we're finally starting Broad Arrows, and that deadline's gonna creep up quick. Well, hey, at least that's new. Fletching isn't creeping up anymore. It's zooming up. This may not bode well. TikTok, help me out, Rex. Only 2 more left. Well, this is the last kill of the hour, so let's just try and smite his ass down. This used to work, so it should still work, right? At least I have more rings than Brady now. Nice fletching. And 70 fletching. No Dragon Hatchet yet, but we're gonna finish out the hour. Well, we spent about 8 hours at DK's not getting what we actually needed. We got 8 rings and 450 KC, which is truly amazing luck given the 1 in 128 drop rate, which is kind of annoying. Now we can't even really complain about being unlucky, and complaining about being dry is 90% of the fun. What I can say is that if we spent that 8 hours just woodcutting instead, we'd have gained around 200,000 experience. We're definitely coming back for the Dragon Hatchet, but not until we can kill more than just Rex. Time to continue on with the vampire series. We're at the darkness of Hallowvale, and Valief wants us to make contact with the Myarchy in the Sanguinesti region. The Myarchy are a paramilitary group who are trying to liberate Mauritania from the vampires. The vampires are of course up to no good, blood tithing and enslaving all that they see. We already helped Valief and his Myarchy squad out of a cave and into a basement. So now we have to make the first infiltration into Mire Ditch and scout out what we can see. Well, we made it to the hideout and made contact with Vertita, who immediately wants us to go back to Valief with a letter. The letter's bad news. The vampires are shipping in more victims from somewhere. A disturbance near Paterdomus needs to be investigated as well. We need to head over to Drezel, who tells us that he's been hearing animal-like noises to the west of the church. And we find out that werewolves have figured out to cross the River Salve and are kidnapping humans to pay their portion of the blood tithes to the vampires. So we ask King Rold for troops to help the situation, and he agrees, but his advisor vetoes the idea, citing the warfare against Mauritania could disrupt balance and cause another god war. Upon hearing the bad news, Valief asks that we forward this information to the leader of the Sanguinesti division, Saphalon Hollow. He's near Castle Dracan, which is just a short run up the wall. He definitely smells bullshit. And now he wants us to sketch the castle in 3 places. Uno, dos, tres. Hello! That didn't really feel fair. Alright, thanks for saving me, Seergaze. What do you actually want? You want me to deliver Saphalon a message that you've hidden? Here's the sketches, Safi. I still gotta go find the message Seergaze wanted to give you. Well, I found the secret lab and the secret notes. Just gotta bring these back to Safi. So the notes reveal some weaknesses that the vampires have, which is why Seergaze hid it so well. And back to Valief to keep him up to date. Quest would be so much quicker if they just invent the cell phone already. And quest complete. Valief gave me a very prestigious tome that grants 6,000 experience. And right into Herblore. Next quest up would be Legacy of Seergaze, but I just realized ironmen have to at least start the Shades of Morton quest to even make the Teak Pyrologs required by Legacy of Seergaze. So let's just go ahead and quickly knock out Shades of Morton. Shout out to this guy also here on his group Ironman in his main. And Shades of Morton done. Now on to Legacy of Seergaze. We start by talking to the mercenary adventurer, who asks us to take him to Burg de Rot. He also notes several shady characters hanging around the temple, and advises us to talk to Drezel. Turns out, Drezel's been busy with his own work, restoring the mausoleum. In that process, he uncovered a secret columbarium, so we check out the columbarium ourselves and find a blood talisman locked inside a storage unit. Now to go check out those suspicious people that went into the temple. They really warned you about this fight on Wiki. And we'll grab the clues to take back to Drezel. It seems like there's sympathizers from both the Seergaze and Zamorakian camps working together on something. It seems like Drezel's biggest concern is paying back that adventurer by finally taking him to Bergderot. So, okay. Alright, the debt's cleared, stranger. Oh wow, what a shock. The mysterious adventurer was actually somebody important. Ivan Strom. All that we really know is that he's a young Seerdominus priest in training who's part of the Hierarchy. And Valiev sure as hell isn't giving up any secrets. But he sure as hell will send me on another mission. This time we're just delivering provisions to the hideout in Meyerditch. But Valiev does suspect that they will need my help working on a new weapon to kill the Firewatch. Honk honk, delivery's here. Oh neat, I love when the scenery updates with your actions. Flagian's been doing some research on that Heim Alchemy book we got in the darkness of Hallowvale, and he discovered an important detail about the Firewatch. They can read minds. So, they can predict what our next attack will be and avoid it accordingly. The key is to make combat unpredictable. And what's the most unpredictable weapon? Flail! We need a furnace to smith the weapon, and Flagian suggests that we recommission an old furnace near the northern brick wall. And done. Time to tell Flagian. You really couldn't have sent me with the supplies to make the Silfthril chain the first time? Now we need a flailhead, and we're just gonna use a blessed silver sickle. Yo, Safi, we made progress on that Firewatch killing weapon, and now you want me to meet you at the laboratory. To prank me. And make me do all the labor. And leave me alone in a literal horror cave. Why am I doing anything for these guys? Wow, they're actually gonna do something too. Hey guys, I found the blood altar. Get wrecked, Andes. You're very nonchalant about blowing up in a ball of energy about 15 seconds ago, Safi. We'll keep what happened between us, don't worry. Finally gonna put the Rod of Vivandas together. And now we have to go test it out. It works, here's a body. And of course Flagian isn't here to take in the body to do the research. So we have to report back to Valiev, who tells us to take the body to Drezel. He says that the soul is sad and we need to put it to rest. Now we head back to the columbarium to cremate the Vire corpse. Take the key. And yoink the blood talisman. Alright, back to Valiev for the final time. And Legacy of Seergaze done. And another book of experience spent on Herblore. We've gotten a lot accomplished, and we're right up the branches of Darkmire, with only a lot of AFK woodcutting in between us. Hopefully, I'll manage to snag a dragon hatchet before 76 woodcutting, but I won't be camping Rex religiously. So that's the plan for now. Just woodcutting and maybe Dagannoth Kings Reapers.